oh, like I can't dedicate another 90 days of being monitored all my life. I don't need that crap like other people. It's a slap in the face to people.
Orlando's brilliant. Y'all spent time with him.
We did. Yeah.
He's highly intelligent. What he does is a character.
Is he speaking truth?
Of course he is.
I don't know who's around him. I don't know. I love him. I want what's best for him. But, you know, he need somebody, hey, come here, young, let's talk.
What if the man who once made you laugh on your favorite childhood sitcom is now the missing piece in one of Hollywood's most explosive court battles?
And a lot of people got fucked a lot of people, and it's not nothing wrong with who he and how he them. It's all on video and audio.
In a twist straight out of a Hollywood thriller, Orlando Brown, best known as the hilarious Eddie from That's So Raven, has mysteriously gone missing just after agreeing to testify against two of the music industry's most powerful figures, Diddy and Jay-Z. Once beloved for his humor and charm that lit up primetime TV, Brown has now vanished without a trace, sparking a wave of questions that could potentially reshape the story of celebrity justice. How did a quirky TV star become entangled in such a high-stakes legal drama? And why has he suddenly disappeared? Truth may lie deep within the tangled web of fame, controversy, and explosive allegations shaking the industry to its core.
And that's what they f***ed up at. You can tell me Pup going away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that, of Will Smith? Can you not give me the oh God of TD Jakes? I just don't want to be in the room when niggas be actually doing this, man, because that's crazy for a real crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there, like, yo, I was like, yo, you getting slapped like that. Slap. Who was he banging this out like a next thing you know, he walk in there and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
Nah, you missed the fact that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright getting, it's Carl Winslow, you know.
People believe that over the years, Jay-Z's connections to R. Kelly and P. Diddy mean that he at the very least knew about some of the stuff they were up to, and possibly was even involved, especially when lawyers involved in Diddy's case right now are saying things like this.
The day will come when we will name names other than Sean Combs, and there's a lot of names. It's a long list already. And of course, I already know who some of these individuals are, but because of the nature of this case, we're gonna make damn sure that we're right before we do that. But the names that we're gonna name, assuming that our investigators confirm and corroborate what we've been told, are names that will shock you.
That lawyer even went on to say that there would be some eyebrow-raising names, which is why people think Jay-Z is involved. Diddy and Jay-Z have been friends since the 90s, when they were both going up in the music industry. They even collaborated on a track in 1997. On top of that, these two were connected to Aaliyah and R. Kelly, who were married when Aaliyah was only 15. Dame Dash, who co-founded Rockefeller Records with Jay-Z and dated Aaliyah when she was actually of age, said he thought it was morally wrong for Jay-Z to do a collab album with R. Kelly when he did. Dame said, "It's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or anybody for that matter." He also said Jay-Z tried getting with Aaliyah too.
I guess Jay was trying to get at her as well, and I didn't know. And then it got brought up, and I was like, "F we are." But it never worked out for them, and we were both like trying to get at her. I kind of eased up, but then we ran into each other.
For many who grew up watching That's So Raven, Orlando Brown is remembered for his offbeat humor and magnetic charm. His role as Eddie, always ready with a laugh, a freestyle rap, or a perfectly timed joke, made him a fan favorite on the Disney Channel in the early 2000s. But behind the scenes, Brown's life took a darker, more complicated turn in April 2008. While managing a hectic schedule, he mysteriously vanished after what seemed like a routine trip to a local convenience store. The sudden disappearance sent shockwaves through his inner circle and left fans in disbelief. although he resurfaced the next day through a call-in radio interview, claiming he simply needed time to clear his head and find direction. The incident revealed a glimpse of deeper personal struggles that would later collide with even more serious and controversial headlines.
Hello, fellow Disney fans. We have a serious emergency going on. Orlando Brown from the show That's So Raven is missing. Apparently, he left his house to go to 7-Eleven on Tuesday night and never returned. His manager tells us that he was supposed to be at a photo shoot on Wednesday morning and never showed up. It is not like him to be out of touch for so long. So all of us are very, very worried. There are search parties out there now. And so this message is strictly to organize our search party. We will be starting all meeting in the next hour at the 7-Eleven where he was last seen. We're going to be splitting into 3 groups. Now, Group A will scout out all of the Kentucky Fried Chickens in the 10-mile radius. This is not a fat joke. Orlando really likes Kentucky Fried Chicken, so we're hoping we might find him there with like a Fiesta Bowl or something. Maybe that's Taco Bell. It doesn't matter. Group B will be going to Kenan Thompson's house. If this is a kidnapping, Kenan Thompson is the only suspect that they can think of. Now, you remember Kenan from Kenan and Kel and all of that, and now he's on SNL. Well, police say that he's a little upset. He thinks that Orlando has, stolen his big, goofy, black guy comedian style, and he may be holding him at the old Good Burger movie set. So Group B will be going there. Group C, that will be with me and Raven Simone. We're going to go out, and Raven is going to try her character's psychic powers to see if she can figure out where Orlando is.
Can someone come to Hollywood and not do drugs?
Yeah.
And be successful?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's easy. It's not a requirement.
Bro, the requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
Nigga, you can take the bitch, but he wants you. He ain't worried about that bitch. he is not worried about that bitch at all. Okay, he ain't.
Fast forward to recent times, and Orlando Brown is now caught in a legal storm that stretches far beyond simple missteps. With mounting court cases against Diddy and Jay-Z, centered around explosive allegations of sexual misconduct and racketeering, Brown's unexpected decision to testify has added a wild twist to an already chaotic saga. In a headline-grabbing appearance on the No Jumper podcast, Brown stirred even more controversy. He not only defended his longtime friend Diddy, downplaying the serious accusations as nothing more than hazing gone wrong, but also launched into a series of shocking claims, from bizarre confessions to far-fetched theories that challenged reason. At one point, he even proclaimed, quite controversially, that he was the reincarnation of Jesus Christ. These outrageous statements, while unsettling, only add another layer of mystery to his sudden and unexplained disappearance.
Federal prosecutors promised when they announced the charges against Diddy, the indictment, that they were going to continue investigating. They said this is an open investigation, which certainly hinted we're not done charging this guy. And that has come true, because they have now announced a superseding indictment, which basically says, which is fancy term for we got new charges.
More charges.
More charges. And by the way, this is the second superseding indictment. So they are
superseding.
Yeah, exactly. It should have been. Yeah, isn't it a double superseding indictment?
Superseding.
The new charges relate to victim 2. And you remember in the last time they added on more charges, they added victim 2 and victim 3. Victim 1, we all believe to be Cassie, because Diddy's people have referred to victim 1 as being Cassie. But victim 2 and number 3, we don't know their identities, but now the feds are saying that allegedly Diddy was doing other things with this victim 2 that they didn't know about, and now they have enough evidence to bring this.
So those charges are trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Which is interesting because you all have this great new documentary out talking about Diddy's defense.
Yeah.
And the mock jury in that were uncomfortable with some of these ideas of sex trafficking and prostitution.
And a federal judge has ruled the woman alleging she was raped by Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs can remain anonymous. The woman says both men raped her at a party when she was 13 years old. Jay-Z's legal team had fought to get the case dismissed, arguing his accuser should have to reveal her name, but the judge disagreed. ABC's Morgan Norwood has the latest.
A legal victory for the woman who is suing Jay-Z for allegedly raping her when she was 13. A federal judge ruling the woman can proceed with the case while remaining anonymous, at least for now. But the judge also chastising the lawyers representing Jay-Z, accusing them of trying to fast-track the judicial process by repeatedly filing motions to reveal the identity of the Jane Doe to have the case dismissed. The judge writing in a 5-page brief that the Carter's lawyers' relentless filing of combative motions containing inflammatory language and ad hominem attacks is inappropriate, a waste of judicial resources, and a tactic unlikely to benefit his client. The court will not fast-track the judicial process merely because the counsel demands it. This latest legal twist coming after the recently filed civil lawsuit by Jane Doe, claiming that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, and P. Diddy, drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after-party after the MTV Music Awards in 2000, while an unnamed celebrity watched. Jay-Z has vehemently denied all the allegations, putting out this statement 2 weeks ago, writing in part, "This is a blackmail attempt."
Have you met Diddy?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What was that look? What happened?
They partied.
Explain.
He's a cool friend of mine.
He's
One of my best friends. I love him. There's nothing else to say about Diddy.
Does he have a vagina?
Come on, man.
I'm asking. I just want to know.
If Jay-Z's got a vagina,
he
then Diddy
definitely has a vagina, for sure.
Everybody knows that I love Diddy, man.
Oh, you ain't gonna say it. Diddy's like, you better not talk about my.
No, it's not even that.
You better not.
It's not even that. It ain't even got nothing to do with that. Everybody know I got respect for Diddy. I love Diddy. Everybody try to come at Diddy. Why am I make it harder for my mans, yo? I love my man.
As legal experts and media outlets race to connect the dots, the disappearance of Orlando Brown has become the centerpiece of what many are calling one of the most explosive celebrity court battles in recent history. The stakes couldn't be higher. Brown isn't just a former Disney star. He's now seen as a potential key witness in a case that could forever alter the legacies of music giants Diddy and Jay-Z, but his sudden vanishing act has sparked troubling questions. Is he being silenced? Could his disappearance be part of a larger, more calculated cover-up? Some are beginning to wonder if someone is working behind the scenes to erase evidence and bury testimonies that threaten to uncover decades of alleged misconduct at the highest levels of the entertainment industry.
And from the beginning, the first thing we talked about is when you go to the stand, your credibility goes with you. And if anybody who's out there has ever testified, testifying is the most nervous thing you can do. And a lot of times what people want to do is, if their anonymity is not protected, sometimes people say, I'm not testifying. You know, I'm not putting my name out there. I don't want to be associated with this trial. And so what prosecutors try to do is say, we will limit your testimony. Nobody will know who you are. It'll just be initials because you're trying to convince this person to testify. A lot of these women, men, so forth, don't want their name associated with this case. And I bet you there's a bunch of them out there who aren't telling their family and friends, yeah, I was in the middle of one of those freak off parties. I flew out there from Colorado, because it still has a stigma to it. And so if I'm the defense, I want their full names. I want their full testimony. I want them on the stand. If they're going to confront anybody, and we have a confrontation clause. If you confront somebody, show yourself. What's that? Show yourself. Show yourself. You must show who you are so that I can properly cross-examine.
Consider for a moment the sheer gravity of the situation. In March 2024, federal agents raided multiple properties owned by Diddy, acting on allegations that the music mogul was at the center of a vast criminal enterprise. From just 8 of the 96 electronic devices seized, investigators uncovered a staggering 90 terabytes of digital data, a discovery that paints a chilling picture of an empire fueled by both glitz and deeply buried secrets. Diddy's legal troubles have only intensified with a wave of explosive civil lawsuits and damning testimonies from former insiders. Among them is Cassie Ventura, once a trusted confidant and rising star, now set to testify about alleged abuse and disturbing incidents during the now infamous freak-off events. With each new revelation, the case grows more tangled, the stakes higher, and the consequences for some of music's biggest names potentially career-ending.
Failed to do so. It sought several warrants to search Mr. Combs' residences, his electronic devices, and his person, and it presented a grossly distorted picture of the facts. It included only inculpatory facts, and it excluded critical exculpatory evidence that was indisputably in its possession at the time. The government claimed victims were coerced into sex, but it failed to inform the magistrate that, and then there are lines that are redacted. But it goes on to say, the warrants themselves were also grossly overbroad. On a theory that Mr. Combs' entire life was a criminal enterprise, the government sought virtually all limitless authority to seize any evidence related to that enterprise, all his digital devices, and the information they contained. All information in his iCloud accounts, plus troves of records and items in his houses, almost none of which was contraband. By the way, interesting they say almost none of which was contraband. Does that indicate that there was some stuff found that could be considered to be contraband? They go on to say that perhaps the thing that's most troubling is the government received essentially limitless authority to search Mr. Combs' digital devices, which contained a vast trove of personal information. The Supreme Court and Second Circuit have repeatedly warned that it is essentially important that digital device searches must be limited and particularized. The warrants here were not. The warrants were thus unconstitutional general warrants, and the evidence obtained through those warrants must be suppressed.
All right, Cassie, she plans to testify against Diddy at the trial, and she's going to use her name. So a lot of the women who have accused Diddy are anonymous. They're right. Jane Doe or Victim One.
Or John Does.
Or John Does. But Cassie apparently is going to take this stand and talk about her abuse. Obviously, that tape of him beating her up at the hotel is what set off this whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, this has just made it matters so bad for Diddy. So now that she is gonna sit up there and like look him square in the eyes and talk about her side of the story, that's not great for Diddy, obviously.
No, and like I think also Cassie is a celebrity, right? Like millennials know who she was or is. She had like a booming career back in the day. So I think it also adds some extra zhuzh when you have like a well-known public figure coming forward.
Trusted public figure.
Trusted and beloved,
yeah,
too. So I think that also will hurt him. She, of course, became public. All of this went public when that video came out from CNN. So it's been revealed who she is already, and now she is not looking to conceal her name. She wants to, put it all out on the table. And yeah, yikes, it could be really bad for him.
At the same time, Jay-Z, long regarded as a symbol of success and savvy in the music industry, has found himself pulled into the same chaotic vortex. Even as some accusations are dismissed, their very existence paints a picture of an industry where power, loyalty, and betrayal intertwine in dangerously complex ways. His legal team has brushed off the claims as baseless, but the sheer boldness of the allegations, from orchestrated acts of humiliation to rumored involvement in covert celebrity escapades, has captured the public's imagination. The center of all these converging scandals stands Orlando Brown. His testimony was expected to shine a light on the shadowy underworld of fame and influence. But now, with Brown mysteriously missing, the scales of justice hang in unsettling balance. What truths was he preparing to reveal? And more chillingly, who might benefit from his silence?
People were accusing the couple of being members of the Illuminati. They also made darker assumptions that Beyoncé was linked to the death of the rising singer Aaliyah. Rolling Stone said, "The far reaches of the internet even link Beyoncé's rise to fame with R&B singer Aaliyah's untimely death in 2001, with theorists claiming that Aaliyah was killed because she had tried to get out from under the Illuminati's control. According to that narrative, Aaliyah was meant to be the rightful queen of the music industry, but after her death, Beyoncé stepped in to take her place." And this is the thing about these theories. Sometimes they include like the Illuminati, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's just like the shady elites. And I think in general they're interchangeable. Theorists have also pointed to J. Cole's song She Knows from 2013 when he referenced Beyoncé, Aaliyah, and Left Eye, one of the members of TLC who tragically passed away in a car crash in 2002. And while the mention doesn't have any direct correlation to the theory on the song, people often point out how both Aaliyah and Left Eye, supposed competitors of Beyoncé around that time, passed away in 2001 and 2002 respectively. This idea that Beyoncé was now queen of the music industry has resurfaced recently with all of the P. Diddy stuff that's coming out, thanks to people like Cat Williams and J. Jaguar Wright, who are claiming that a lot of industry secrets are going to be exposed.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
When's your birthday?
It's a mold.
When's your birthday?
12/04/87, the same birthday as Jay-Z. So.
That's your. Oh, he's a Sagittarius.
Literally the same?
Yeah, it's the same birthday as her.
Me.
Jay-Z.
Oh.
So my main thing.
What? How is she Jay-Z?
So my main thing is that.
Explain that.
The same way you're Miley Cyrus. I don't know, Miley. Look at the front teeth. Look at the grill. You know what I'm saying? I came in like a wrecking ball.
But how am I Jay-Z?
Because, you know what I mean? It's just, it's always this the top grill. All your top grill. Yeah, you got it doesn't mean that it's bad.
Ting.
But you compare, she has nice teeth.
I do.
I didn't say that it was bad.
But Jay-Z kind of has like the camel teeth thing going. Let's be real.
That's
what people. I'm not. That's not what I say.
About Jigga's teeth,
but people always say he looks like a camel. Like he's even rapped about it.
About Jigga's teeth? No, man.
I'm just saying, like that's what I think of when you say Jay-Z's teeth.
Man, you know, it's very recognizable. The mouth part. The mouth.
He has a recognizable mouth.
Yeah, and so does Miley. That's all I'm saying. So.
Does she?
Mm-hmm. They'll rewind this shit, start to look, and I promise all the memes. And he said no jumper looks like Miley Cyrus, and you look like Jay-Z.
I don't look like Jay-Z.
What do you look like with the slanted flat top? Is the flat top back?
Oh, well, it's our prerogative. The whole entire world, not just mine.
It's
it's our prerogative.
Giving Bobby Brown.
Whatever we want.